Yo, I'm Bob, and I'm into Masters of the Universe. So it's after Christmas, and I got some gift cards from family out of state. We tend to send them to each other every year, and I decided to pick up a couple of bad guys from the Masterverse series, and these guys are from Mattel. This is Hordak, and this is my first ever Masters of the Universe action figure. There are going to be some Skeletor reviews showing up on this channel pretty soon, but I figured I would start with Hordak, since Hordak is, in most incarnations, Skeletor's teacher, his master. So I figured the Masterverse Princess of Power version would be the one that I would go for. So I can't wait to see what this guy comes with. From what I understand, quite a few interchangeable weapons, since he is very technological. So hopefully nothing will fall out here. Looks like everything is in the package rather well. Still afraid I'm going to drop something. Looks like everything's in the package rather well. And here he is. And he's 7 inches tall, so he's a biggin. I'm going to pause this, break him out of his figure tray, and we'll have a closer look at Hordak back in the blink of an eye. Alright, Hordak is out of his package, and he came right out with his cannon arm attached. So I put the blast effect piece on there. And he's a bigger figure, so I'm going to do my best to raise him and lower him. He's got a bunch of armor on. I really like his design. If I could just get his collar to stay down on his big bat-like head here. He's got a collar in the back. We'll look at that in a second. But yeah, he's got, pointy ears. You turn him around to the back. He has his cloth goods cape going on. There he is from the front. I'm going to have to rotate him too. Such a cool look for this villain. I really like this design. I know they've made quite a few other Hordaks over the years. I'm actually glad that this one was my first Hordak. I'm pretty happy with him, although I wish the little collar would stay put on his neck there. I'm going to show some of his other accessories. Alright, so he has this little robotic hand that you can attach to the end of his cannon arm if you want. Very technologically savvy of you, Hordak. So he's got nothing attached to his cannon arm now. You can just have that with nothing on the end there if you want. Alright, so you don't have to have Hordak's cannon arm on if you don't want to. He has a fisted right hand that you can replace. You have to actually replace the whole right arm. And he comes with some accessories too. I have his Horde shield on his left arm. It's a pretty big shield. He has a crossbow that you can attach to his, well, either arm, I guess. It just straps onto his wrist, or snaps onto his wrist, rather. So he's got that. Take a look at him from the left again. So in the midst of filming him, he fell and his cape came off, as well as his collar, so I had to peg everything back on by removing his ball jointed head, but it didn't seem to be too much of a hassle. Hopefully the cape's not on inside out. If it is, well, I guess Hordak is celebrating opposite day in the Fright Zone. He is a bigger figure, so bear with me. Trying to make sure I get him as well as I can. I like his big bat ears. I like the face quite a bit. I love his armor and the ton of accessories that he comes with. I'd first seen Hordak in my own way anyway in the Mike Young show in the early 2000s. I'd heard about him from the blurb on, I think it was The Secret of the Sword way back when. My family was reading me the little summary about that movie. I never rented it from Blockbuster, but I mean the first time I got to witness Hordak was in season 2 of the Mike Young Masters of the Universe TV show. We never got episodes where he, showed up and made trouble for Eternia. So we got, glimpses of him in spirit, and I loved him. I loved that Skeletor had a higher power to answer to in that incarnation. And then when I went back and watched him in the She-Ra Filmation show, I liked him just as much. So no matter what incarnation, I really do like that character. I think people have compared him to Palpatine from Star Wars in that, he's kind of the teacher of Skeletor. Skeletor, of course, parted ways with him. And I like that they're constantly at odds in the Filmation show. And I like how sinister they made him in the film, not the Filmation show, the Mike Young show. I wish we could have gotten to see him really do some damage in that. But I still really like the character quite a bit. Just such a cool design. His crossbow is sideways. I guess that will do for this figure review. Hopefully this will have been done in one take. It's probably long enough as it is. Just such a big action figure and a lot to show. I would give him a definite 10 out of 10. Oh, and since this is supposed to be the Princess of Power Hordak, he was voiced by George DeCenza in that. So I wish we could get the early 2000s Hordak at some point in the Masterverse line. Especially liked him. I would like to see him from the Revolution show too. I bet he looks pretty cool. Till next time, guys.